17. Let's send it over to Belen de Leon. It's going to be great weather today.
It is, and we've got it good compared to the rest of the country. If you are getting on a plane, jumping on a jet, and heading somewhere across the country, let me show you what's in store. We do have a storm that's up to the north. It's going to bring some unsettled weather to the Pacific Northwest, as far inland as Salt Lake City. So if your travel plans take you in that direction, then make sure you check your flight. Now look at what's happening throughout the central part of the country. Just bitter cold, even though we're not seeing that moisture there. The temperatures are just so frigid. We've got temperatures that are near freezing today in Texas. And then we have that winter weather and a possibility for some severe storms out towards the mid-Atlantic, stretching all the way over into Miami. Meanwhile, our weather, you know what? It is calm. It is clear, not tracking any rain, although we need it. The weather will be quiet for any cleanup and not anticipating any watches or warnings issued just yet, but that is going to change. This morning, you really have to bundle up in the deserts. The numbers are going to be way colder than yesterday. We've got 30s, and over in Big Bear yesterday, you were at a balmy 32 degrees. Right now, you're at 23, so it's much colder. Temperatures in the Inland Empire in the 40s, colder for Orange County and at the coast. We've got 40s and 50s there, so it's a nice fresh start, and for some spots, it is chilly, like in the deserts and mountains. But this afternoon, the numbers will actually be warmer. Highs are going to be in the 70s for a lot of us, with a mix of sun and clouds. 70s in the deserts and Big Bear, 56 degrees. So we're going up a notch compared to where we were yesterday. And a big reason for that is the direction of the winds. So I want to show you what the winds are going to be doing. As we go throughout the day, they're going to be calm for most of us. But watch what happens as we step into the afternoon hours and through the evening. Those winds, they accelerate in the deserts. Any travel plans this evening or through tomorrow morning through the Barstow Freeway could be a little troublesome. Through tonight, look at how these winds come out of the north. They're going to be impacting the I-5 corridor overnight and through tomorrow morning. And then past that point, these winds are more out of the north and even out of the northeast. And this northeasterly direction is going to continue through the rest of the week. So you'll notice that as we head into Friday around the middle of the day, those winds coming out of the northeast through Santa Clarita, through the Cajon Pass, over in the Inland Empire. So not a strong Santa Ana wind event, light to moderate, but it is going to be enough to help warm our temperatures up. For example, today we have a high of 72 degrees. As we look at the weather into the weekend, the temperatures are going to get to around 80 degrees on Sunday. That's about 8 degrees warmer. You're going to feel it. And the weather through next week, it's going to continue to be warm. This is the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for next week. And you notice a big chunk of the country is going to have temperatures that are above normal. I bet you a welcome sight, especially for the central part of the country that's dealing with this bitter cold. But for us, those numbers are going to be very toasty for February. Let me show you in our 7-day forecast, where you see 60s today, 70s for the next 2 days, mid to upper 70s for the base in Orange County, then upper 70s early next week. At the coast, areas of patchy clouds and fog today and tomorrow, but that marine layer goes away over the weekend with numbers rising into the 70s. The valleys, the Inland Empire, will have those numbers rising into the mid 70s Thursday, Friday. Almost 80 degrees over the weekend, and we hang on to that warm feel through early next week. We don't need the umbrella. Maybe just to shield us from the sunshine. The weather in the deserts will turn windy today. This weekend, 70s. The low desert will be in the 80s this weekend. And in the mountains, no snow, just a bunch of sun. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s. And next week, warming into the 60s. That's your forecast, everyone. Now, check the drive. What's up, Robin?
Well, it was pretty quiet, Belen, on the 405, and all of a sudden a crash involving a vehicle that flipped over and landed back on its wheels. This is heading into Silmar. So it's the northbound side of the 405 at the 5 split. Emergency crews on the way, but watch out for that activity as you merge from North 405 onto the northbound side of the 5. Southbound looks real good, at least for now. 31 minutes from Santa Clarita down to East LA. The 14 off to a great start. Palmdale, Acton, Santa Clarita, Newhall. No problems for that merge from the 14 onto the 5. Under 30 minutes for the trip. 405 going south, 23 minutes. The crash I mentioned is north, so we'll definitely keep our eyes on that. Also spotted some road construction for the southbound side of the 605 as you're leaving Santa Fe Springs all the way down to the 105 split. They have lanes blocked off here for road work. It should wrap up in 30 or 40 minutes. But once again, it is backing up traffic as lanes are reduced from Washington down to the 105 split. That's why your drive time is 20 minutes to make it from the 10 to the 105. So plan ahead for that construction. We'll check back in on that slowdown and other freeways coming up. Adrian, back to you.
Thank you, Robin. Next at 4, this gorgeous forecast. Good morning.
Yes, this gorgeous hump day for forecast. You made it to the end of the week. We can handle today. Let me show you what's going on. The temperatures are chillier compared to yesterday this morning because our skies are not as cloudy. That marine layer, it's not as thick, so that's causing the temperatures to be colder, especially close to the coast and also for our friends over in the deserts. But what's happening over at Catalina Island? Look at that. The temperatures are actually much warmer compared to yesterday. So it is a chilly start anywhere you're waking up, but we've got numbers for our friends over in the deserts and mountains that are in the 30s and also in the 20s, while lower elevations have temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And here's another view of Mount Wilson where we could see the city lights close to the mountains, so it's going to be a bright sunny start, but near the coast, a very shallow marine layer this morning. So those low clouds are going to clear up, and today it's going to look a little different than yesterday. There's a storm up to our north, not going to bring us any rain, but it is going to kick cloud cover in our direction. The other thing is that during the afternoon, the temperatures are going to be from 2 to 5 degrees warmer across the area. So here's how it looks during the morning. Numbers in the 40s for most of us. This afternoon, temperatures in the 60s and even in the mid-70s for the valleys, the Inland Empire. Now, the winds, those are making a comeback, so I'm going to time that out and get you ready for even warmer temperatures right now. Let's see how things are heating up on the roads. What's up, Robin?
Good morning. It's heating up for sure on the southbound side of the 605. We have a backup already, and we're only in the 4 o'clock hour. We're going to blame it on the road work. So from Washington all the way down to the 105 split, lanes are reduced. Construction is underway, and it's causing a bit of a backup. It's definitely beyond the 5 split. So as you roll through that construction zone, definitely expect slow traffic. They hope to have it wrapped up in about 30 minutes. We'll keep you posted. Check out your drive time. It's on the rise, not awful, but at 17 minutes down to the 105 split. Next door, the 710 looks great. 57 looks good. Pomona to Orange. We'll check in on a rollover crash in Sylmar coming up next. Back to you.
All right, thank